Is this for the summer or potentially the snow? These notes ain't exactly noting on paper. But let's take a peek and see where the scent trail stops. Good tidings, I be the clouds that are glowing as usual, returning with this next installment of mine, that is Burlington Blind Buys. Today we have, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Khadlaj Island, a unisex fragrance with a mixture of both summer and fall smells for hopefully a all year round wear. Now, this was released around the 24th year of this millennium, and from what I've come across, it looks to be an inspo of Jean-Paul Gaultier's La Boue. Do I have any experience with that? No. So I have to just speak upon the merits of this scent alone and just kind of see how it does. Let's take a quick peek at what the notes are on the back of the box. And here are the notes: pineapple, iris, ginger, cypress. And for our heart notes, we have coconut and woodsy notes. I'm very curious as to what that alludes to. As for the base notes, we have amber, ambergris, tonka beans, and sandalwood. Quite an interesting mixture of some things that I would find on both the beach and a bundled up burrow of the cold variety. And I believe this has a batch number on the bottom, or I'm lying to you. Yep, right there. It is PKM-662/PR196. I'm not super familiar with this fragrance house, so hopefully that is their batch numbers. If not, well, my apologies. I will do further research on this brand in the future if I come across any more of the products. And here's our bottle. Very interesting, a nice little textured approach on the front. Some nice sharp edges on our corners, and a nice nameplate to let us know it is exactly what we think it is from what the box says. Nothing too much on the back, just a nice simple little design, but lovely and a wee bit elegant, I suppose. At least for me. I am not a fancy individual, and this bottle is a wee bit fancy to me. Let's take a peek at that all-important cap. Nice little snug fit. It has a wee bit of weight to it, not to the degree of the last fragrance I reviewed that seemed to be a quote-unquote lethal weapon, but this is not too shabby either. Nice little thud there. Okay. I don't believe this is magnetic. No, but it is snug. And snug is just as good as magnetic, in my opinion. They have a little branding on the cap. That's kind of nifty. I haven't seen that yet. Okay. Well, let's give this a spray and see what exactly talks to us. I'll spray one for the sky and one for the skin. See if we can get it going for you. Solid little spray. And then one for our skin. There we go. Okay, I'm going to let this sit for just a moment to get rid of that alcohol smell so we can talk about what nuts are actually saying hello right now. And we're back. The immediate smell that I get out of this is pineapple, but not super sweet. It's not like Qued Alphonson. It's more to the degree of Supremacy Collector's Edition. Without that, I think it was oak moss is in that bottle. That's pretty prominent. This is a less pronounced, less sweet pineapple to me. I don't get a whole ton of coconut, but I will say the pineapple and the sandalwood are the only notes that I'm currently smelling, which is a bit odd because our top note is pineapple and one of our base notes is sandalwood. It's not overly bearing as a sweet or gourmand smell. I wouldn't call it cloying by any stretch of the imagination. As for the time of year, I have to agree with a little bit I did see on this online. Definitely strikes me as a summer scent, or not even a summer scent, but just a warm weather scent. It's not something that I wouldn't wear when it's colder, but I feel like it would do itself more justice when it's about 80-ish degrees with a wee bit of sun glaring down and trying to burn your skin. But at the same time, you're going to smell like pineapple and sandalwood while it does that. I don't have a ton of experience with coconut scents. I will say the one, I can't remember what it was called. It kind of came off as almost a like sunscreen or lotion that you would wear. I don't get a ton of that with this. It's just a wee bit of pineapple and sandalwood. And I will say the ambergris is just on the back end there, just a kiss of it. To me, it's not super intense. Once again, that just could be my nostrils. With all reviews, take them with a grain of sugar, scent, and/or salt because subjectivity is the nature of the beast when it comes to fragrances, and this is no exception. Would I recommend this? I would say always get a decant before you just blind buy. I blind buy because it gives me an excuse to make a video out of it, and sometimes I just enjoy the thrill of, is this like a scratch-off ticket of sense? Is this one going to be a winner or a loser? Financially responsible? A wee bit. Exciting? Not too shabby. It's the thrill of it, I suppose. It's the chase to see if you got yourself the next great scent. I'd say that it's not too terrible. I wouldn't rate this too high. I wouldn't rate this too low. It's not something that I would reach to the shelf too often to wear. But at the same time, if I was wearing this or if I had to smell it around me, I wouldn't be offended. I would think that it'd be a bit indifferent to this scent. It doesn't seem to be a big divergence point for those that may love or hate it. It just seems to be, it exists, it's around you, and that's okay as well. Not every fragrance needs to be a love-hate relationship. Speaking to you, Oud. If I had to rate this out of 5, I would give this 3.75 little clouds. The only notes that I currently smell, even after letting it sit for a wee bit, are pineapple, sandalwood, and ambergris. I don't get much of the coconut. I don't believe so. At least I don't have a ton of experience with coconut. But it's very light. And that's probably okay because I feel like a strong coconut smell might be a wee bit too much and start smelling like a, as I mentioned in the past, a potential sunscreen or lotion scent, something like that. Some of those tropical smells get a little weird and almost start smelling like drinks. You know, get a mixed drink in the summertime. Not my cup of tea. For $36, I would say definitely give yourself a decant. Was that a good price? It's okay. I mean, it's Burlington. You get what you get out of there, and you either enjoy it, or you put it on your shelf, let it sit for a while, and see how it develops over time. Overall, if you like the smell of a vacation drink amidst the summer heat, I would say this is your go-to. It's not too shabby with respect to that. If you don't buy it, honestly. It's not worth it. Always when in doubt, get a decant of anything if you can, and if you can't, well, if you have a couple bucks, throw it at it and see if you want to play the roulette of scents. Do I recommend that? It's your money. You enjoy it as you like. I mean, clearly I do, because I just bought this thing and had no idea what it smelled like beyond the notes that are on the box. Anyhow, anywho, and anyway, I think that'll do it for us today. Feel free to follow and like and all that fun stuff. I never mind it, and I always appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping on by as well, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye now.